Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. I am your host, Masker. Remember all the Claymation videos on YouTube? If you don't know, back in the day, many artists used clay to make animations just like that one famous animated movie, Coraline, if you remember it, but on a much more smaller indie scale. So, if you've been a member of this channel, you would know where this is going. Horror Claymation videos has always existed on YouTube. Hey, you remember that one video? Claymation is a very hard type of animation to do, so there's not a lot of channels who do these types of animations, so I really appreciate these animations when I see them often on YouTube. If the person behind them is a good person, of course. So I selected a very specific channel to talk about. Nakita is an old YouTube channel that used Claymation for their videos. These said videos have some heavy topics that I actually remember to put a warning in my video, so I decided to choose a specific video to talk about. So get ready because I'm gonna talk about Midnight Vampire. The video's description says, "At midnight, she wanders for blood." The video starts off with the vampire lady waking up from her tomb. Then a text appears saying the name of the video, Midnight Vampire. It cuts to the vampire lady sitting in a restaurant. A guy approaches her and sits in front of her. From this shot, it looks like they are having some sort of date going on here. It cuts to a scene of them going into his house. Now, there's a cool detail that I noticed while watching. When he opens the door, she doesn't enter immediately. She waits for him to invite her to his house. That's because she's a vampire. Now, from the video description, we all know what's gonna happen now. She sits on the couch with a smirk on her face. Oh, and also blood. She looks around the room and notices a door. When she opens the door, that's what she saw. A prison cell. Why would a normal house need that? Well, now we see two people, one with a jumpsuit and a camera in his hand. Next to that guy, there's a dude with a ski mask and pants only. Now, for the sake of making this easier, I'm gonna call them by their facial features only. And then we see what these people are recording. A woman who has been captured and gagged. The mustache man moves next to this guy, and the ski mask dude with an axe stands next to the captured woman. The mustache man gives him a nod to start. Now, if you still don't know what's happening right now, these people kidnap women and record them getting and post these videos online. Just when he's about to start, the vampire lady kicks down the door. With everyone looking surprised upon her presence, the mustache man sends the ginger guy to deal with her. He tries to fight her, then this happens. The ski mask dude tries to hit her, but fails miserably. Knowing that he's next, he runs to a red room. Going back to the other two, the vampire lady comes to the woman with an axe, and then Doesn't kill her this time, instead freeing her. Nice. As the vampire lady walks to the door, we actually see dialogue between them, surprisingly. Wait, thank you. She looks back at her and gives her a nod. The vampire lady follows the man to the red room, but she gets immediately attacked. After being hit with 3 arrows and getting stabbed with a pitchfork in the torso, she gets thrown into a plank of spikes. Both men stare at her, but then she stands up with all of her injuries because, of course, she's a vampire. The dude with the pitchfork tries to stab her again, but then she grabs his pitchfork using her hand and grabbing an arrow using the other hand and kill him in the process. After all of his workers being killed, he's still recording. He tries to flee the room, but then the woman shows up. By the way, another cool detail in this beautiful claymation, the sounds that you hear during all of that is actually a Fear and Hunger soundtrack, a famous indie horror game. Finally, after all of that chaos, the vampire lady goes back to her tomb to rest, ending the video. The animation starts with the vampire lady waking up in midnight. That's because of her hunger. We know that from the video's description. She sets up a fake date with someone. That someone invites her to his house. She kills him just to find out the dude that she killed is a part of a strange group who kidnaps women to make some sort of NSFW videos, to be clear. She enters the room to stop them and saves the kidnapped woman in that room. After she finished what she wanted, she went back into her tomb to rest. Now, I wanted to make this video because I think Claymation horror videos on YouTube is something quite rare to find in the current age of YouTube, and still seeing people doing what is considered one of the hardest types of animation to do is very interesting and awesome to see on this site. Again, if you want me to check this person's channel, the link is in the description for you to see. If you want me to cover more of their videos or any other horror medias, make sure to like the video and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Peace.